Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Melontosh here, and I'm back for APA Week 3, and we're taking on Tone, and here's, wait for it, Miami Malamarlins? I'm definitely butchered that, but Tone's a good player. I'm not sure if he's in the same boat as us, where he's played LC where he has never played LC before, or if he has, but either way, he's a good player. We've played, I can remember one time in MPL at the top off the top of my head, and we did snag the win with a little bit of freezing. So we're definitely looking to get a win this week, because our first week we were absolutely hammered. We then improved on our second week. And we almost won, and now we're trying to improve this week and get the W. So that would definitely be really, really nice. Going over the 12 my opponent has, the 12 to 10. He's got Vullaby, Snubble, Meowth, Litleo, Geodude, Gulpin, Ferroseed, Frillish, Esper, and Grubbin. These are pretty much the 6 I expected him to bring, except I very much expected Litleo over the Esper. I did not really expect Esper to come at all, but he's apparently using it well. I'm just on his page now, and it's played 2 games, so it only come to 1 game before, but he was obviously keen on bringing it, so maybe that's something I should have realised. Also, I need to make an apology, because Tone told me after the match that I'm not allowed to use more of there's 2 item clause, and I have 4 of the same item on this team, just because I had no idea. I didn't read the rules, because I don't really read rules when I join a league, except for like Smash Pass and stuff like that. Other than that, I just figured it's all pretty much the same, so I didn't really read through the rules beforehand and see the item clause. I didn't see why there would be a change. I'm sure there's a reason, something to do with LC, or maybe it's just the way the APA likes to do it, sort of taking a leaf from VGC's territory. But going over the matchup, sorry, absolutely rambling for you guys. Also, my live recording just would not work when I was playing Tone, so a bit unfortunate, because it was quite an interesting match you guys are going to see. So I think my live reaction would have been sweet. But anyways. So as you guys can see, the 6 I decided to bring are Budu, who is pretty defensive. We then have Picky Peck, who is Flame Charge, Swords Dance, who's pretty good this game, I have to say. We then have Ghastly, who is, let me just get up the full squad here. I'm Electrium Z, Destiny Bond, Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, and Hidden Power Fire, foregoing the Shadow Ball for Hidden Power Fire pretty last minute. Then what is next? We've got Munchlax, who is Curse, Recycle, Fire Punch, and Return. We then have, what else is next? We then have the Baby Loom, the Finneon, who is Scold, Hidden Power Fire, U-Turn, and Defog. I was pretty scared of the Ferrothorn. I just wanted to be able to hit it pretty comfortably. Budu had Sludge Bomb, Hidden Power Fire, Dazzling Gleam, and Synthesis, and that is pretty much the full squad. So with the lead, I was expecting him either to lead basically with Meowth, potentially Ferroseed, and that was kind of what I was expecting him to lead with. So I decided to lead with my Budu, because I'm pretty physically defensive. I can Hidden Power Fire the Ferroseed, it can't really do much to me. I can Synthesis back off the damage, and I can get a big Sludge Bomb on Meowth, which is a huge threat to my team. So that's what I'm going to go and do. And you guys are going to see that my opponent actually decides to lead with the Esper. So I definitely thought that this was an interesting lead, and the thing that immediately popped into my head when he led with the Esper is that he might be dual screened, which I was like, oh dear, that could be very, very scary. So I'm going to go into my Baby Lax here. The Munchlax, I can soak up any hit, I can potentially curse on this thing, and he actually goes for a Fake Out, and I was like, okay, and he gets a crit. Now, you guys need to remember that crit, because it did 5, and it should have done 2. So, and I was like, whoa, okay, I'm calculating it, but it is not physically offensive. But I'm just going to fire the Return here in case he wants to get up a Reflect, see what he wants to go for, and we're going to see that we do absolutely nothing to this Ferrothorn. So now I'm just going to take my opportunity. I've got Fire Punch on this thing. I've got it for a reason. I'm going to go ahead and click Fire Punch, as he actually outspeeds me, and he's able to go for the knockoff, getting rid of my Berry, making this Snorlax basically basically pretty much useless. So I'm going to get hurt by the Iron Barbs again. That takes me down to 11 now. I should really be more like on 15 or 14 as he's going to go back out into his flounder here, and I would be able to chew these hits from this thing because the fake out would not put me in range. You guys are going to see that that does 8. So I would be at 11 now, and the psychic, if I remember correctly, max roll was 10, and so, or something like that. So I think actually I could have lived that, which is definitely a tad unfortunate, but Snorlax was pretty much useless anyway. So I'm going to go out into my baby Loom here. As I can scare this thing out, I'm just going to go for a U-turn here and try and snag some momentum. As we are 5-5. As he goes out into the Volby, now this thing is terrifying. I didn't realize how offensive. It's not like Mandibuzz at all. This thing is so offensive in the LC tier. So he's going to get off his weak armor and he's going to get up some speed, and I'm like, okay, you know what would have been nice for this? Munchlax, but I don't have my Munchlax anymore, so I'm basically forced to go out into Omastar here. And this is basically an interesting decision because he's got Hidden Power Grass, so I could have gone for the Shell Smash, but then I wouldn't have been able to outspeed him, so I do decide just to Hydro Pump. I guaranteed live that hit. Oh no, there's one roll where the Hidden Power Grass takes me out. There's one roll, sorry, I did not guarantee live that hit. There's one roll where the Hidden Power Grass takes me out, so I luckily live, and then I get my Berry Juice back up as I get my rocks up, expecting him to switch out because I thought he'd be scared of the Ice Beam or something. But knowing that he's now not going to be scared out, I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump. I need to land this because I am Hydro Pump a knockoff with Shell Smash and Rocks. Bit of a weird set, I know. And we're going to see that basically the Hydro Pump does enough to where another one may be able to kill, as he's going to fire off another Hidden Power Grass. And can we live this one? No, we can't, and he gets a crit. Oh my days. That was unfortunate, because I would have been able to get at least another Hydro Pump off, or maybe get my Rocks up, or yeah, I did go for another Hydro Pump, so I could have got another Hydro Pump. So I'm going to go out into my Baby Loom here. So he's going to knock off my Berry Juice, thank God, because it means it doesn't come into effect, and it's one of the items that I'm using over and over again. As I just fire off the Scald here, trying to get some damage. I'm trying to snag a burn, as I do manage to snag a burn, so that is absolutely lovely. Now I'm thinking that he's probably just going to roost up on me, seeing the damage I do. I'm just going to click U-turn, but he actually hits Hidden Power Grass here, which kind of implies that he doesn't actually have the Roost, which is great because Roost on this thing could have been really annoying. You guys don't know, like that would have been just such a pain. So now I believe here I just want to go into something that can live the hit from this thing. So I'm going to go out into my into my Picky Peck here. Oh no, sorry, he goes down from burn. Let me stay back a bit. So I figured that Picky Peck would be the best thing because it would do well against Frillish, do well against Esper. The only thing it doesn't really do well against is the Meowth, but even then it forces Meowth to go for the fake out rather than the return, which is really nice because he doesn't know if I'm Scarfed or whatnot. So I'm going to predict that and go out into my Ghastly, hoping that he's going to now think I'm Scarfed. So I nearly went for the Z move here, nearly went for the Z Thunderbolt, but I didn't. I just went for the Sludge Bomb. I went for the Thunderbolt, expecting him to go out into the Frillish, potentially, or basically any of his other threats. But he calls that bluff and he goes for the knockoff. But I live that because I am Z move. So I'm going to sack my Lumineon here because Ghastly has the Destiny Bond that can be really useful later on. But this Meowth is a threat, and I'd just rather keep Ghastly around than this Lumineon. So now I'm in a bit of a tough spot. I have to go out into my Badoo here, as I do live the hit. And I thought that he was going to switch out here just because Meowth is such a threat to my team. But he goes for the knockoff here, so I'm just going to go for the Sludge Bomb and take out the Meowth. And now I'm like, oh my god, without that fake out, my my Picky Peck has a very good chance to win. Even my Gengar has a chance to win. I'm kicking myself that I don't have Shadow Ball right now for this Esper and for the Frillish. I'm really annoyed, but I don't have it. So I'm going to let him take out my baby Loom here, and I'm going to go out into my Gengar, which I guarantee outspeed this thing. So I'm going to go out here, and I'm going to click Destiny Bond to try and take this thing out as he fires off the Psychic and outspeeds me. Well, shit. Oh, man, that sucked balls. So was I modest? No, I learnt from last week. And yeah, and he's just going to take me out here as he outspeeds my Picky Peck. So guys, let me explain two things. I've got two things to explain. One, why in the heck Melon did that freaking Esper outspeed your Ghastly. Now, let me tell you, after the match, I was like, what the fuck? I was looking at my showdown set, which I've got right here, and I was like max speed. Okay, yeah, I hit 18, and then I went and double checked Esper, and I was like, yep, Esper hit 17. Like, what is going on in my life? Like, I was checking all of this stuff. And then I went on to my Ghastly in-game, and I was like, why is it 17? Why is it 17 speed? So that means it was a speed time, means it was a 50-50, which sucks balls, because if I won that 50-50, I'll try and explain afterwards. I think I had the game, especially because of Tone's Snubble set, which I will get up right now for you guys, and then explain. So basically what happened was, in Showdown, when I put Hidden Power Fire in, it didn't do the IVs. I believe I've got that the right way around. Yeah, it didn't do the IVs. The EVs, sorry. It didn't do the EVs. So I didn't lose my one speed, because I was 30 in speed automatically from my PK Hex. And I saw this because I saw it in PK Hex. I went to PK Hex to check why my Mon wasn't like that, because I gen my own Mons. So it wasn't like I was going to go ask a Jenner or something, because that's me. So I went and asked the Jenner, this guy, and yeah, the Hidden Power Fire lowers the speed by 1, so I was 17 speed because I had 30 EVs, not IVs, instead of 31, and I didn't know. So that really sucks. So now we get to the end game. If I had my speed, I clicked Destiny Bond. He was Sash Esper, so actually a good thing I didn't have Shadow Ball, because I probably would have clicked it there. And lost the game anyways, but I didn't have Shadow Ball. I had Hidden Power Fire over, but at the same time, Hidden Power Fire lost me the game, so I don't know. And I don't know if there's another IV way of having Hidden Power Fire where it doesn't lower your speed. I'm not sure. But basically I debond there, the Esper goes down, then he has the Grand Ball and the Frillish in the back. Okay, so his Grand Ball set was Bulk Up, Play Rough, EQ, and Thief. So my Picky Pep, I'm Berry Juice. My Picky Peck guaranteed lives any hit. As I outspeed both of those, the Frillish and the Snubble. So I guaranteed live the Play Rough, and I go for the Sword Dance. If he bulk ups, that's fine too. Then I take out the Snubble with the Brave Bird, even if I'm +1 and even if I'm +2 and he +1. I take out the Snubble. Oh no, sorry. Pause. If he bulks up, then I go for 1, and it's a roll after the Brave Bird, because I don't kill because of the Intimidate. I remember now. It's a roll whether the Play Rough takes me out, but if he just goes for the Play Rough, I live, get my Berry Juice back up, and then Bullet Seed always takes out the Frillish. So I had a pretty good chance of winning that game. Not guaranteed. If he goes Frillish, then I just Bullet Seed and take it out, because Frillish doesn't live a Bullet Seed. I could maybe go for the Sword Dance and try and risk the burn, but I think my play was just a Bullet Punch there. So that definitely really sucked. I'm not saying I definitely would have won, but I was definitely in a decent position with my Picky Peck. However, even if I had one, I had Berry Juice on 4 of my Mons, so I had it on Munchlax, Finneon, Omnite, and the Picky Peck. So I would have got DQ'd anyways, although I think the only ones that actually came into active would have been Omnite and Picky Peck, so they didn't even come into play, so I'm not sure what would have happened there, but from now on, I'm only going to have 2 items of the same thing anyways, so that's definitely good to note. Really good game to Tone. I definitely enjoyed it. I hope this postcon was okay. I did my best to try and make it exciting and different and blah 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 blah. But I think it went alright, and we are now 0-3. I'm really not that fussed about Little Cup, guys. I'm not fussed about losing every match. I'm just here to have a bit of fun. And I definitely enjoyed the match against Tone. My favourite match so much, definitely my week 2. I felt like that was definitely a fun match. So that is going to be all from me today, guys. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. But other than that, I will smell you later.